Branson Kayne Perry entered the world on February 24, 1981, and spent his formative years amidst the fabric of Skidmore, Missouri. His educational journey saw its milestone with graduation from Nodaway Holt High School in 1999. Post-graduation, he ventured through an array of eclectic jobs, from roofing to tending to a traveling petting zoo, a testament to his adaptability and willingness to delve into varied experiences. Residing at 304 West Oak Street in Skidmore, alongside his father, Bob Perry, Branson navigated life's complexities amid his parents' recent divorce. However, his path wasn't without challenges as he grappled with tachycardia, a condition that left him with an often accelerating heartbeat, posing a threat to his health and offering its own unique hurdles. Yet, even with his heart condition, Branson Perry's resilience and dedication shone through his pursuit of martial arts, achieving the remarkable feat of earning a black belt in Hapkido. He was a young man navigating the intricacies of small-town life in Skidmore, Missouri, balancing life's curveballs while embracing personal passions and pursuits. On April 7, 2001, Perry visited the home of his neighbor, Jason Bierman. After arriving at the home, Branson unknowingly consumed a foreign substance given to him by Jason. While under its influence, he reportedly engaged in unusual behavior, including removing his clothing, grooming himself, and engaging in intimate activities with the neighbor. Later, Perry confided in his father, expressing distress and feeling taken advantage of. His father, Bob, was upset about what had occurred, feeling that Branson had been mistreated, and expressing concern for his well-being. Bob would later tell authorities that he knew his son was gay and already had assumed that Branson had experiences with men, and he didn't care. He was not angry with Branson. He was mad at Jason Bierman for giving his son drugs and then taking advantage of the situation. On Wednesday afternoon, April 11, 2001, Branson Perry was preparing for the return home of his father from a recent stint in the hospital. He was expected to be discharged any moment. Branson called his friend Jena and asked her to come over and help him clean. While they cleaned the home on the inside outside the residence, two men, not immediately known to either Jena or Branson, worked diligently on Bob's car, installing a new alternator for the vehicle. Branson informed Jena that he was going to take a pair of jumper cables to the shed, which sat adjacent to the house. Little did anyone suspect that this simple exchange would mark the abrupt vanishing of Branson Kayne Perry, casting a chilling veil over the seemingly routine afternoon, and leaving behind a void of uncertainty and unanswered questions. Later that day, his grandmother, Joanne, stopped by the home and stumbled upon an eerie scene, an unlocked and deserted house, a stark departure from the usual bustle of life she would expect to find within its walls. She decided to leave and go back to her home, instead attempting to reach out multiple times over the next couple of days. However, her calls echoed into the void of unanswered phone calls. Branson's mother, Rebecca Clino, was also finding herself devoid of any recent contact with her son. Bob's return home from the hospital turned out to be delayed by quite a few days, so when he did return home on April 17th and noticed the missed calls, voicemails, empty home, and spoke with Joanne and Rebecca, the family filed a missing person report. The once peaceful Nodaway County now buzzed with activity as police orchestrated ground searches, spanning a 15-mile radius from the Perry residence. Fields, farms, and abandoned structures became canvases for exhaustive hunts. Yet the truth remained elusive, teasingly out of reach. The very jumper cables Perry had purportedly taken to the shed were nowhere to be found, in the shed or otherwise, until bafflingly they materialized inside the shed's door 2 weeks later. The weeks that followed Branson Perry's disappearance unraveled into a frenzy of inquiries and interviews, casting a wide net of over 100 individuals drawn into the vortex of the investigation. Among them, Jena, present at the Perry home on the day Branson had vanished. Jena confessed to law enforcement about Perry's recent experimentation with marijuana and amphetamines. Adding to the complex tapestry of clues, a family member disclosed Perry's possession of a bottle of Valium on the day he went missing. Law enforcement meticulously probed into Perry's connections within the drug world, traversing the city of St. Joseph in pursuit of leads. Despite interrogations and polygraph tests that cleared Perry's acquaintances, the elusive trail of his whereabouts persisted. Rumors entangled the investigation, hinting at potential debts to drug dealers, yet these whispers failed to materialize into tangible leads. Almost 2 years to the day after Branson Perry's disappearance, the arrest of Jack Wayne Rogers, a 59-year-old Presbyterian minister and Boy Scout leader, sent shockwaves through the community. The charges brought against him were grave, first-degree assault and the unlawful practice of medicine, stemming from a disturbing incident involving a trans woman. Allegedly, Rogers had conducted a makeshift gender reassignment surgery on the woman at a hotel in Colombia, an act that reverberated with horror and disbelief. The arrest cast a dark shadow over his role as a religious leader and community figure. The revelations uncovered in Rogers's possessions plunged investigators into a chilling abyss of horror. The discovery of illicit content on his computer, under aliases such as Buggerbutt, and Extreme Body Mods detailed horrifying accounts of torture and assault against multiple men. Shockingly, these posts delved into disturbing narratives of cannibalism, recounting the mutilation and consumption of men he claimed to have performed surgery on. Among these accounts emerged a bone-chilling tale, a first-hand graphic description of Rogers picking up and brutally assaulting a blonde male hitchhiker, culminating in the victim's mutilation and murder. The post chillingly indicated that the victim's remains were buried in a remote region of the Ozarks. Despite vehement denials from Rogers, who adamantly refuted any knowledge of Perry or association with the described incident, saying it was fantasy, law enforcement harbored strong suspicions that the narrative might be linked to Perry's disappearance. The unsettling discovery of a turtle claw necklace resembling one owned by Perry, found within Rogers's vehicle during a subsequent search of his property, intensified the sinister implications, painting a haunting connection between the horrific online account and Perry's vanishing. The legal proceedings against Rogers culminated in his conviction and a staggering prison sentence: 17 years for assault, 7 for performing illegal surgery, and a further 30 years for CP charges, all running concurrently, sealed his fate behind bars. Despite Perry's mother's impassioned plea for Rogers to disclose her son's whereabouts, Rogers maintained his denial of any involvement in the disappearance. His potential release on October 30, 2028 at the age of 83 loomed as a distant possibility. In a surprising turn of events after attending the sentencing, Perry's mother expressed a profound shift in her perspective. She conveyed a belief that Rogers might not be responsible for her son's disappearance, a stunning reversal of her previous stance. The intricacies of such situations often bring forth complex emotions and uncertainties, leaving families grappling with the weight of unanswered questions and the haunting void left by an unresolved mystery. She is quoted after the sentencing as saying, "The police are not completely ruling him out, but now the investigation has turned towards Skidmore again. They have received new leads there. I suppose time has a way of unraveling secrets. I believe someone in that area knows what happened to Branson. I am thankful that someone with that much evil will never walk the streets again." The continued search for Perry's remains unfolded in a dramatic and exhaustive manner. In June 2009, law enforcement, acting on a credible tip, initiated an extensive excavation in Quitman, Missouri, aiming to uncover potential evidence of Perry's fate. Over a meticulous 2-day operation, excavators dug a staggering 23-foot deep hole, covering an area spanning 20 feet by 40 feet. The hope was to unearth any trace that might shed light on Perry's whereabouts and provide closure to his haunting disappearance. The intensity of the search extended beyond the confines of Quitman. Another local farmer, residing 1.5 miles east of the town, recalled law enforcement previously scouring his property in pursuit of an abandoned well. In an impassioned plea for answers, Perry's mother offered a substantial $20,000 reward in 2010, hoping to incentivize any information that could lead to discovering her son's fate. The unwavering determination and tireless pursuit for answers underscored the enduring pain and longing for closure felt by Perry's family amidst the shroud of uncertainty enveloping his disappearance. The tragic saga surrounding Perry's disappearance took an even heavier toll with the passing of Clino in February 2011, after her prolonged battle with melanoma. In her absence, her mother, Joanne Stinnett, revealed the exhaustive efforts undertaken in the search for Branson, recounting how they scoured every conceivable location in town, leaving no stone unturned in their relentless pursuit for answers. Monica Kaysen, a close friend and founder of the Coup Center for Missing Persons, vowed to honor Rebecca Kleno's legacy by continuing the search for her son. Rebecca's obituary poignantly noted her preceding in death by Branson, symbolically laying her to rest beside an empty plot designated for Branson Perry, bearing the date of his disappearance, April 11, 2001, a solemn testament to the enduring absence and unanswered questions that plagued the family. The most recent update in the case is from August 2022. Nottoway County Sheriff Randy Strong disclosed that they have identified a suspect linked to Perry's case, but emphasized the necessity for further evidence before an arrest could be made. The sheriff's office indicated that the case had taken a turn toward drug-related aspects, intensifying the complexity of the investigation. Captain Austin Hann underscored the meticulous approach, emphasizing the need for substantial evidence to ensure a strong case for prosecution and justice. The stark reality persists. Without Perry's remains, an arrest becomes a daunting challenge, emphasizing the necessity for concrete evidence to bring closure to this haunting and protracted mystery that has left the community and Branson's loved ones in a state of perpetual anguish. If you have any information about the disappearance of Branson Perry, please contact the Community United Effort Center 24-hour tip line at 910-232-1687, the Nottoway County Sheriff's Office at 660-582-7451, or the Missouri State Highway Patrol Hotline at 1-800-525-5555. I hope everyone had a great holiday and has a fantastic new year. Stay safe, be easy, and we'll see you in 2024, you filthy bastards.